Hey, and welcome into Faithful Leaders again. I'm your host, Jake, and I am here with Thomas Dodds. Thomas, how you doing today?
I'm doing great. It's a beautiful day the Lord has made, and yet we got some tough news today. 8.5% inflation, and that kind of news can just rock people. So we want to learn how to respond to that as leaders, not shrinking back, but to press in and to lead into that well.
That's right. That's right. Well, tell us a little bit about that, because obviously God's put something on your heart about this, and it's something that we're all having to go through. So what should we do about tough news?
It's easy as leaders to respond out of fear of loss. The first thing we have to put on is to check our hearts. For Luke 6:45 says, the good person out of the good treasure of his heart produces good, and the evil person out of his evil treasure produces evil. For out of the abundance of the heart, his mouth speaks. So we want to make sure that our hearts are toward the Lord and his purposes, that we are thinking about and considering love for our neighbors, which includes all our stakeholders as leaders. So we want to communicate well to them. So first, I think we start with our customers, and we tell our customers, how are we raising prices? When are we raising prices? How are we working for good to mitigate the impact of inflation on them? And we want to get ahead of it and communicate clearly with them about that. If you want to know more about raising prices and what strategies you can take, tune into the inflation series on the channel. Secondly, communicating with staff. How are we addressing inflation for them? Cost of living increases, can we even do them? A lot of companies can't do them now, but where we can, we want to be able to tell them when we're going to do those increases, and how we're helping to mitigate the impact to them. Maybe we have some work from home days and we allow them to spend less on gas coming to the office. That might be a great way to go, or short-term profit sharing or bonus where we can't do cost of living permanently, but we may be able to share some of the profits when things do go well for us. Next, the shareholders. How are we communicating to the owners of the company what we're doing? Are they expecting similar returns to the past? Are they expecting to have to make investment? These are times when we often have to do that. So communicating what the strategy is with the shareholders and owners is really critical in these times as well. So it's a great opportunity to lean in when there's bad news, to not act out of fear, but out of love and where our true treasure is.
Yeah, and that can be easier said than done sometimes. It can be a lot easier to have high character and integrity when everything's going well. But it's in the tough times where you get to actually step out and earn that trust. So what would you say then is the type of transformation we're looking for?
We're looking for first ourselves in our own hearts to be able and willing to sacrifice for others by taking some of the bad news and not acting out of fear, but out of love. And so when we respond to them with truth and forthrightness, it builds long-term trust and shows that we are working for our stakeholders' good. And ultimately, we get to tell of our true treasure in Jesus Christ and testify to why we are on this earth in the first place.
That's right. So if you want to know more about inflation, like Thomas said, we've got a series going on here on the channel. So tune into those episodes. If you want more tips, some things that Thomas will give to you just for pure value for showing up, go check out the website. He's got some things there. And he even has cohorts going on, helping people work through these tough problems together. So go check all of that out. And Thomas, thanks so much for sharing that with us today.
Yep. Glad to be here. Be faithful.